Olympics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Rodgers now on first down.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. I'm not sure exactly what they had planned for play number 1 from scrimmage, but I can guarantee it wasn't that interception.
No doubt about that one, because in their daydream, this was going to be a dream play to get things started. Instead, it turned into a nightmare for them.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 36, Stafford. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Stafford, and he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
24 is the mark. Hey, let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here. Alert! 24 is the mark. Gotta do better. 32! Hey.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. And that is incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And Bullock will put this one through, and the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
This will be taken very short. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
26.
From the 27, Rodgers is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, You'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Flush to his right. Looking deep for Adams. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris. Then he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
Here we go. Monday. Check three.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Space to maneuver at the 40. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson, as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor, and this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. On 1st down, it's Taylor, and very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. They'll try the air now with Stafford. And incomplete.
After that throw, it was definitely one that he would love to have back. I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
Hey, we are. Ball. 24 is the mark. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take the win. 24 is the mark. Too little.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Looking to throw on second down. Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. 6-0 our score after 1.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line. 319. Time to go, night-night. 319.
Rodgers now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Box it, box it, box it, box it.
And again, it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. But he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
Let's go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And their 2 drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening, as they say, but it's not what they're about. What they're about is putting the ball in the end zone and putting 6s on the board. So if you're the offensive coordinator, you like what you're doing, but you don't love it. You've got to find a way to ring that bell. Then you can have a little self-satisfied grin. Right now, a little more determination is needed.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Here's Taylor. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. They'll run on first down. Taylor, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Lions on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. The shotgun snap for Stafford. And he comes back with one complete. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, it's Taylor. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Again, 11 on the play. And the Lions first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Taylor. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. Out of the gun, Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down. Trying to punch it in with Taylor. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. The give to Taylor. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. From the red zone now, Stafford. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone. It leads to 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, 5-0. Hey, Echo.
Throwing again. Stafford. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Taylor, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They go to the ground again with Taylor. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 3rd down, Taylor, and he'll take this to the 47, but no further as they get him down well short of the line to gain. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Now it's Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Stafford on 1st down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Taylor, and he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down. And whistle blown, a timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. So, boy, that's already the 3rd they burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the 4th quarter. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They'll go again to Jones. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
It's a pickup of 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Trey Flowers able to record his 5th sack of the season. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Second and 7 at the 30-yard line.
From the 30 on second down, Rodgers gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Adams hauling it in from Rodgers. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Rodgers to throw once more. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. That's to his running back, complete. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season, as his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. A very important extra point there, up and good, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be taken in at the 1.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They run with Taylor. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9. Stafford. Over the middle, complete. It's Gardner. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 32-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run on 1st down. Taylor. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Single, slop. Hey, you're on an 32. You're going to 88. Hey, Delta.
To throw is Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Stafford now to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it up, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Rodgers. Jones has it. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete. Fourth down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first. First down.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll punt it. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Taken in at the 11. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote.
And how about this finish? Able to take a knee, run out the clock, and close this game out by 1 point. You talk about how many coaches we talked to? They all said the same. All I want to do is win by 1 point. That got tested in this one.
Yep, and that cliche rings true. A single penny separates this one.
Hey, watch the slant.
Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like open up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for Green Bay, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago